Hi everybody, this is Donna Bancroft from the Beal University Library, and today we're going to talk about a database called CINAHL, and I'm going to show you how to do a sample search in it and talk to you a little bit more about what it's about and what it entails. The way to access the CINAHL database is to log into Canvas, and you'll see the screen right here is my login information. I click Login, and it takes me right in. And if I click on my courses, you'll see it says Library, Student and Library Resources. And I click right here. And you'll see this page has lots and lots of information for you, but the CINAHL database is a product of a company called EBSCO, and so I'm going to click right here on Databases and Search Engines. And there you'll see there's lots of information on all the different databases that we have available to us. And as I come back up to the top, you'll see that CINAHL is the first database that you come to. I'm going to click on where it says click this link to access it, and then we'll do a sample search. Before we get into the database, we have to log in again, and right down here it gives you what the user ID is. You won't use your school user ID, you'll use the BEALU ID, and the password is B@NGOR and capital M, capital E. And I just put this in here to note that the 0 and the password is the number 0, not the letter 0. And what I actually do is highlight the password, just do a cut and paste there. And when I click on right here to go to the database, as you'll see from this page, we'll put in our user ID. And remember again, it is BEALU. And what I did was cut and pasted that password. So I'm just going to do a Control V and then click on Sign In. And here's the database. This is what the front end of it looks like for you. I have some sort of tips before we start with our search. I would recommend that you come down and click on full text, and this will give you the complete article you can print or email to yourself. And if you find an article that isn't full text, please just let me know and we can get that for you and deliver it to you electronically. You'll notice a button over here that says Peer Reviewed, and based on the project that you're doing for your class and your instructor's directions, you may only be required to use peer-reviewed journals, and there's a way to sort of limit right away to that if you click on peer-reviewed. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to put in diabetes, and you'll see on the drop-down menu it gives me some more specific. Is it type 2 I'm looking for information on, or type 1? But I'm going to come down and just click on diabetes management just to sort of do a general search. And then I'm going to search. And as you see, we have peer-reviewed full-text articles, and we have 3,622 of them. And that's a lot to look through. And there's a couple of different ways we can manage that. We could put in another term here. I could put in adults to narrow it down a little bit. And you'll see again, you get that really helpful drop-down menu. I'm going to just use adults and redo my search right here. And now I'm down to 1,994. And you can see that it's much more specific, right? So we've taken out the sort of juvenile information with it. Another tip I want to give you is if you come down here, a lot of times the requirement for your research is that your articles be within 5 years of the date of your research. And so one way to do that is you can slide this bar up. So I'm going to go all the way up to 2017, and you'll see that database is redoing my search, and now I'm down to 387 articles. So that's sort of a way to sort of narrow and be more specific when you do your searching. So I'm going to just click on the very first one and give you an example of what more information that you'll be able to obtain from it. It gives me the authors, the source, which is the name of the journal that it's published in, the date, and all this information that you'll need for your citations. And we'll talk a little bit about that in just a minute. And it also gives me an abstract, and this can be very important because many of these articles are very long. This one's 12 pages, and instead of reading through the whole 12 pages and really realizing that it may not be something you want, the abstract's really going to give you a great overall view of what the article's about, and it can be very helpful. And you'll see on this page too, here's my PDF full text. So if I click on that, it will give me the entire article, and it's the entire article as it appears in the journal. So if you had this journal in your hand, this is exactly what you would see. And again, as I said, it's 12 pages, but that abstract's really going to help you sort of determine if it's something that you are really going to be able to use for your research. One tip I want to give you, which is really helpful, is if I click on this sort of document looking thing on the right hand side, you'll see where it says citation format. And if you come down, you'll see there's several different types of citation formats. At Beal, we use the APA 7th edition, and so here's the complete citation for this article that you can cut and paste into your reference list. So it's very easy. I know it can be a challenge to try to figure out how to construct APA citations, but this is just a great shortcut for you. So again, it's the little piece of paper looking icon that's on the right hand side. So I'm going to go back to my result list by clicking right up here, and you'll see it takes me back to the same page with the 378 articles. And one thing I sort of wanted to share with you, what the difference between what is in this database and what's on the internet is that these are articles that have actually been read by humans, and they're subject experts. So if you come down here and look at the subjects, each article has one, and they are put in these categories in a very specific way. The internet is all done electronically, so it's really hard to rely on articles from the internet being exactly what you need for your research. So that's sort of my tip on why to use these databases. They can be very helpful, and if you have any more questions about it, please feel free to contact me. My email is dbancroft, BANCROFT, @beal.edu. Thank you so much.